starring Pileggi, and also starring Pierre, Keegan, and Mitch. Who the fuck is Pileggi? I'm a cat. I'll stay on side, and I want it, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or Did you hear what I said? I was like, Pierre, Keegan, and Mitch, who the fuck is Pileggi? The story goes that Mitch forgot my name when we first met. He said, who the fuck is Rob Benedict? Like, that's me, Mitch. We spent the whole weekend.
There's a lot more to the story, but that's
the punchline.
Who the fuck is Rob Benedict? This is Rob.
All right, guys, have a great time.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Love you guys. How y'all doing? We don't have Jake here with us today to kind of.
Oh yeah, where's Jake?
Yeah, where's Jake? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I guess I'm filling in for Jake.
Pierre, y'all.
Easy, guys. This is my first time, okay?
It's just, you know what? It's just a shame that he's so damn ugly. First time I saw him, I got pissed off at how good looking he is. Enough. You got Jared, you got this guy, come on. So, you all want to ask some questions? You want to chat? You want to hear some BS from us, or what do you want to do?
All of the above.
All the above.
All of the above. I love it.
Want to dance?
Thank you.
I'm a dancer. All right, so we'll take some questions over there.
Hello.
Hi there. I love all of you guys, but my question is for Mitch. What is it like different between playing Jared's grandfather, Samuel Campbell, versus playing Jared's dad on Walker?
I guess I'm younger. Maybe. You know what? It's as far as the characters go, it's a world apart. And I mean, I had a good time playing Samuel. As long as I could figure out what I was doing with him. Can anybody tell me what was going on with Samuel?
No.
But Bonham is and Jared said this. He goes, Bonham's playing you. So the line between Bonham and myself is pretty thin. We're pretty much the same person. So, but it's yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Thank you, darling.
Hello, how are y'all?
Hi.
I just wanted to know what y'all's favorite episode of Walker is and why.
That's a good question.
That's so hard. Every single episode is amazing. It's hard to pick one. I'll let you guys answer while I think.
You know, I'll say one of my favorite episodes ever was Protect the Ranch, when Clint West gets killed. Just because there was so much going on at that time in the storyline, I was like, what are the writers gonna do? And how are they gonna get us out of this, right? So I really enjoyed how almost just very realistic that was, and how everybody was kind of doing their thing.
There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on in that
That's a good call. I'm gonna echo.
Going through it in that episode.
Yeah, I got surgery. And the kids did a surgery on a grape.
How'd they do it though? Who helped?
Yeah, and then Mitch had to pick
I had
me
to
up.
pick him up.
Hold on. Who saved your life?
Who saved my life?
Yeah, I'm just curious. No, it was actually Violet, right? I mean, Stella.
Stella.
Who taught Stella how to do it?
Well, I guess Trey.
Oh!
I think that's what he's going for.
On FaceTime. That's right. Yes.
Trey saves lives, man. That's what he does.
Dude.
Don't break your back, pat yourself on it. Who are we? Where are we? There?
Thank you.
Hi. You bet.
Hi,
How you doing?
Jeff, Mitch, I love y'all very much, but my question is
you.
for Keegan. Love you too. Little birdie told me you were into photography. Yeah.
Who told you?
It's a confidential source. I really shouldn't betray their trust. What are some of your favorite things to photograph and why?
Thank you for the question. I really like to photograph people, portraits and atmospheres, meaning the environment that I'm in. Because you only get a moment that you live in the present, and you can stamp it with a photograph and keep it. But it's just a moment, and people too. People sometimes they change very much over a course of a day, and you get a glimpse into a moment into their life. So, taking pictures of people that I love, people that I don't know, people that I want to know, and I get to photograph a lot of very pretty people.
It's the funniest thing in the world. As soon as Keegan pulls his camera out, everybody's like,
This is true.
He's the best person to work with.
Dude, it's so true.
It's a whole
because
photo shoot on set with
like
work.
that.
whenever everybody, okay, wait, real fun little fact here. Yes, this is true. When we're all working together, it's night shoots, everyone's like, sitting there, and they're all like on their phones, or they're reading a book and whatever, and I walk in and I'm just like, and they're like,
a whole lot of blue steel comes out.
it's so crazy, but it's great though, the very photogenic people around me all the time on Walker, and
But who's your muse?
Mitch is my muse. And I will say, Jeff Pierre does not take a bad picture. When he falls asleep, he is like,
Sleeping Beauty.
I swear to God, I cannot take a bad picture of Jeff. I just haven't been able to, and I've tried. I've done when you burst photo on people.
Honestly, it's because you're a phenomenal photographer.
I don't know about that. It's because you look like Adonis. So let's just be. I don't have no one's saying no to that. That's very true.
I appreciate the love,
Yes.
seriously.
Tell them about Molly's dilemma with your picture taking.
Oh, yes. I never have a photo of Molly. In fact, every time I try and take a photo of Molly, something happens to stop the photo.
It's crazy. It's literally, the wind will blow, the hat
will come off.
I mean, it's like almost, there's so many pictures where she's like, he'll go to take it.
It should be like this. The whole cast is perfectly posed, and she'll look down.
So
And then she's like, "Why don't you ever have any photos of me?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's just, it's chance. It's bad luck." Anyway, but yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi guys. My question is, have you guys had the chance to do any improv scenes, or
Jeff,
more
other
scripted
side.
shit so you don't get in trouble?
Yeah,
What is it?
improv. She asked if if we had a chance to do any improv scenes, or if we stick to the script.
There's so much improv going on. They
Yeah.
can't get me to shut my mouth. So I mean, it's like as soon as the dialogue runs out, I keep going. And actually, who was it? One of the producers or one of the sound people was saying, we want to put a reel together of all the things that you say that you're not supposed to be saying that isn't on the script. But yeah, no, they're very generous with allowing us to add to what they've written, which makes it more organic for us, which I think is paramount to what we do. But that's huge because there's not a lot of writers who will let you take their writing and just go off, So there's a lot of improv on the show, a lot of ad-libbing.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a bit between. Sorry, you. Oh, I didn't mean to stop you leaving. You know what happens though? I will say, with our show in particular, it is an actor's dream because if we want to change a line and we have a genuine reason why we want to change it, the writers are always open to collaboration. So it's a middle ground between entirely improvisational and sticking to a script. Sometimes they will incorporate what we say or how our tonality of our characters.
And we'll do a table read before we actually go into production on the episode. And a lot of the times we'll throw in stuff, and if they like it, then they'll rewrite it and include it.
Can I leave?
Okay. Is that a good answer?
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Hi guys.
Hi, how you doing?
A lot of us Trey fans really panicked when we found out Mickey was leaving. I was just wondering how all of you, especially Jeff, feel about the journey Trey has gone on to keep his character so involved in the show.
How do you guys feel?
I love it.
I love it. I love it.
I'm ecstatic. I gotta let you know. Man, when I first read it and I saw that Mickey was leaving, that broke my heart, obviously. But the first thing that came to mind was just like, oh, what does that mean for Trey? You know, I was just like, hey, I love working with these guys every day. You know, so it was a brief moment of panic for me. But Jared, he texted me and then he called me and he was like, listen, whatever happens with Mickey and Trey is good. Like, don't worry about it. Trey is good. You're your family. And same thing with Anna, the creator. They reached out to me like immediately. And that gave me a peace of mind. Obviously, it was tough losing Mickey, but I love the story arc that they have planned for Trey. It's been amazing. I mean, yeah, he's a man of many talents.
He's a Texas Ranger.
Oh yeah, he's a Texas Ranger now, man. I never thought that I would look so good with a Stetson, man. I'm a city boy, and I never thought I'd be rocking a Stetson.
He looks good, doesn't he?
I appreciate it. The feedback has been amazing, and thank you guys. I love playing Ranger Trey. It's been great. It's been great.
We love it. We really wanted you to become a ranger, and it took a bit to get there, but it was a fun journey.
We're here.
Ranger Trey.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is mainly for Keegan. I really do like all of your work, and I wanted to know what you took from Pretty Little Liars, because that's where I first saw you years and years ago, and what you took from it onward.
What I took from Pretty Little Liars onward. Yeah, I feel like, you know, similar to Supernatural and similar to Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf and all of those shows that happened in that time where there were like the teen dramas, right? I learned a lot during that show of things to do and things not to do in my life, you know? But onward, I took kind of this family with me of fans and supporters, and I was able to do my books, I was able to do my photography, music, and then joining Walker, getting to bring that fandom with me to Walker was really wonderful. Just like Supernatural came to Walker, so many other shows, X-Files, like a lot of these fandoms have remained, and so it's taught me a lot about myself in the process, I would say. Like meeting people here, seeing how people respond to that work. It's really amazing. And I still revisit it. I have never watched, by the way, I've never watched Pretty Little Liars all the way through, and I started I know, wait, this is great. In the quarantine times, they were dark times. But I watched the first season of Pretty Little Liars, and I was like, oh wow, this is actually like fun. I get it. Which was amazing. I watch every episode of Walker now, because that taught me something. I was like, oh, I'm learning something about what the viewership is. So yeah, moving forward, I learned a lot from you guys, from all of you. And I hope you continue to share with me your experiences and help me be a better actor and person. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Hi there.
All right.
So if you three had to recreate the horse race between Cordy and Dan Miller, which one of you would win?
Me. We have a thing here. Do you think you're a better horse rider than I am?
I definitely.
Are you serious? Wait, what?
Fight,
No, that's not, no way.
Do you know the amount of training that I've had?
I train more than you for sure.
No, you don't. And I have a connection.
I'm terrified this is gonna get me hurt in real life.
I have this deep connection with my horse.
I have way more of a connection with my horse. Poor Mitch. Mitch, do you think
Yeah, the answer is I would.
That's a good answer. I believe Bonham would, for sure.
Yeah, maybe Bonham.
Yeah, Bonham. Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Hi.
Hi all, thank you for being here today. My roommate and I like to eat our way through cities, and we've never been to Austin. We're trying to go next spring. Where should we go eat and drink?
That's a good question.
Oh, wait, what kind of food do you like?
The more fried, the better.
The more fried. Well, you gotta go to Terry Black's if you go to Austin. That's like a must. And if you-
Franklin's for some brisket.
Franklin's is
Brisket.
good.
Woo.
The Switch has really good potato salad. Which doesn't sound like something that you would... I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keegan Allen.
Also, Perla's is really good. Clark's is really good.
There's a lot of good restaurants in Austin. There's a little place on the east side called Sawyer and Company. My daughter's name was Sawyer, so I was very partial to it. But it's kind of there was a restaurant called Threadgills that was in Austin for a long time. And it's no longer there, but this place is very reminiscent of that. So it's kind of got a cool vibe, funky vibe, and the food is heavily fried.
So there we
Go get it.
We like it.
Wait.
The more local, the better. Thank
The,
you.
the best place, do you want to say it? You say it.
Justine's.
Justine's is the best restaurant in Austin. It's fun because it's French. It's a French cuisine.
Ooh, paperboy for breakfast. Breakfast,
Oh, yeah.
lunch. Paperboy pancakes. Oh my God. I'm a sucker for pancakes and waffles. Paperboy is the one.
Jeff likes to eat.
Oh yeah.
Jeff has 2 breakfasts,
Second
2 lunches.
You wouldn't tell him from looking at him.
2 dinners.
That dude can eat.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
3 desserts.
Hi.
Hello.
So I know you guys are here talking about Walker, but Jeff, I know you from another show you did called Shameless a couple years ago.
I love it.
So I was just wondering, like, you have any cool stories or any experiences that you could share from that show?
I mean, there's many, but I don't know if I can share it.
Yeah.
Right now.
Probably not.
Well, working with Caleb, I mean, that was just the best experience of all. Working with that guy, because he taught me a lot, to be honest. He's been working for a long time, and that was in my early years. So working with him, that really taught me a lot as an actor, and I feel like I was able to grow from that experience. Working with all of those guys, because I was mainly with him directly, but I got a chance to meet William H. Macy, who is just the GOAT. That guy is brilliant, and he has this thing where he likes to play his little ukulele, like on set. It's just a thing that he does, and it puts him at ease. And I remember he would just pull me over, and he's like, "Hey, what do you want in life, man?" He would just bring up these conversations about life and what I want to do, what my aspirations are. And low-key, he was kind of mentoring me. It was weird. I mean, he's not my mentor per se, but still, he was just teaching me all these things while I was on set without me even knowing it or realizing in the moment. So being around those guys was an incredible experience, to be honest.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Out of the roles from Supernatural, Walker, and Grey's Anatomy that I have recently found out, Mitch, which one was your most fun to be in?
Bonham Walker. Bonham Walker is the best role I've ever played. Best show I've ever been on. Period.
Blasphemy.
Does that answer your question? Somebody to expound on it?
It is.
No, honey, that's okay. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Yeah, no, I'm having the time of my life playing this character, and I'm working with some amazing people. So right now I'm having the time of my life, and this is I've said it before, and this will probably be my last show because I will never be able to duplicate this experience.
Yeah, I just recently figured out that you were in Grey's Anatomy, and I started watching it like, I want to say a month ago, and I'm already into season 6.
I'm sorry. No, I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, you know, what was fun about that character was Jim Pickens, who plays the head of surgery on the show, plays Weber, was my boss on the X-Files, and then I became his boss on Grey's. So I thought that was it. And I love Jim Pickens, so it was fun to be able to work with him and do that again.
Thank you.
You bet. My pleasure. Take care.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I love you all individually. I love Mitch, me and my family love you on Sons of Anarchy, and Keegan on Pretty Little Liars, and you on Shameless as well. And I love you all in Walker. And my question was, what was the toughest scene to perform on camera or off camera for you individually?
Sorry, what was the last part of it?
What was the toughest scene to perform on or off camera for you all? For Walker.
Toughest.
Toughest. On or like both though, right? Both on and off?
Yes.
Picking, for me, it was picking Keegan's ass up.
I knew he was gonna say that. Wait, you know what? Actually, I'll second that. That, believe it or not, okay, wait. This is, okay. One of the hardest things as an actor that you can do, and tell me what you think about this, honestly, is playing dead or laying on the floor for like when it's cold or when it's hot and you got ants crawling on your face and bugs, and they're like, you're dead, like stop breathing, and action. And you're just like, but you're like, I fell in like a weird position. So that was hard. It's one of the hardest things for me as an actor. Every time that they're like, if I read a scene and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm shot. Fuck. There's gonna be like goopy, sticky blood all over me for 5 hours and I'm laying on the ground. Because that's hard. You gotta just lay there. And you would think, oh, this is easy. Wrong. It's like medical scenes where you're in surgery. Those are great because you're just in like a bed and you're like, and it's like beep, and everybody's crying and you're just like whatever, I'm asleep. But when you're like in the environment, and you're laying on the ground, that's hard. That is hard on the mind and body. So that was hard for me. And Mitch, you had to pick me up when I was.
I had to pick him up, and I had at the time I had a bad shoulder. In between that and now, I had my shoulder replaced because I couldn't even move my arm. And I had Jared's brother did it. He's a car mechanic, but he gave me a really good deal.
I didn't know if you had anything else.
So I was pretty sore after going through all that, and I'll you know what, I'm gonna say.
Can you tell him? Should we tell him?
So
I wasn't gonna say
it. I don't want to make myself out to be that heroic. We used a crane. We put him on a cable.
Still use a crane.
He had a harness on. He was cable, and I'm down there going.
Well, wait, to be honest though, I was still my weight. They just would like ease me over Mitch. And so poor Mitch, like they made it out to be like it was this easy thing.
And I had to take his full weight for a few steps, and it was hard.
I was like, what is the crane for then? Because poor Mitch was like, okay, got him. And I'm like, use the thing, the huge 20-foot crane. But yes, we had a crane that we CGI'd.
I did not pick him up by myself, so that's out.
Hey, if anybody leaves here and says that he used a crane, I'm gonna know. This stays in this room. This man does not need a crane to pick me up.
It's okay,
That's
no
the
one's
hardest part
recording.
for these guys, but for me, it's working opposite Jared sometimes because, no, the man is great, but I like to try and stay in character, and Jared likes to break me. He is a prankster. So sometimes, like, we're in this deep, emotional scene, just passionate scene, and then he'll, can I say it?
Yep. We already know. We already know.
Fart.
We know he farts.
He will fart. That's his thing.
Well, hey, wait a minute, Jeff.
There's other things too, but his life's goal is to break you. He's a funny character, and man, it's hard to stay in character when you're working with him sometimes. So for me, that's what it is. Working opposite.
He's got us all farting on set though now.
Yeah.
Trying
to fart.
Mitch doesn't fart.
That's a lie. Come on. We all do.
Wait for the upcoming episode. There's a lot of farting going on.
Are you eating beans on the fire?
All right, you'll see the episode.
Do they have access to the blooper reel?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. It's a good one.
Thank you, darling.
Hi, I was just wondering, like, what has been the funniest prank Jared has pulled on set? Or, like, what was just, like, the meanest one he's played on set?
We know he's we've heard it all.
There are just so many, we're trying to figure out which one.
Yeah. We already know he's a terrible person. We already know.
We gotta say it though. We gotta say it.
All right, so one of them, I was there for this one, but we were shooting that the carnival scene, season 2, and it's actually, I think that's the first episode with Cassie. That's her. Sorry, is that her first episode? First or second episode with Cassie, and there was this big stuffed animal that we had at the carnival, and Jared had this whole plan where he was going to scare her. And it was in the scene, they had the big stuffed animal in there. The thing is, there was somebody in there, one of our crew members was hiding in the bear. And we're shooting the scene too. So we're shooting the scene, they're walking, and he didn't know how scared she was gonna get. But as we're shooting the scene, somebody just popped out with the bear, just and Ashley, like, full Michael Jordan, she was up in the air. Like, I'm telling you, she was just like this. Like, it was crazy how high she jumped. I think she could have dunked if there was a hoop. This girl, like, yeah, it was hilarious, and we got footage of it, so that was probably one of the best ones because we got it on camera. And Ashley's like, I'm not gonna do that. We mess with her all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi.
All three of you have had a chance to have, like, really kind of heavy emotional scenes. Even though Bonham doesn't tend to outwardly show a lot of emotion, you could see the emotion. And you've also gotten to be real badasses in scenes. So which do you prefer?
I like them both. I mean, I do. I just like acting.
The acting, being able to like oscillate between those. Because if you just played one, then you'd be,
As an actor, you want to be able to do anything.
But both of them are fun, and the emotional one is probably harder to get to reach. And I actually have to. That's one of the few times that I really have to apply myself to get into the headspace that I need to be in. The rest of it kind of just happens. But yeah, so it's. I think those are harder.
Thank you.
But I like shooting people too.
That's the
Hi guys. Mitch and Keegan, love you both. My question is for Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff, you played a medic on The Rookie.
Yes.
Which I loved you, by the way. I don't like what Emmett did to Lucy, but it's okay. I've gotten over that. And then you started out as a medic on Walker.
Yes.
So do you have a medical background, or do you just like playing characters who have a medical career?
Apparently, I just have that look. I'm that guy. Apparently, I have zero medical background. I actually do have a background in criminal justice. That's what I graduated with. Thank you. Yeah. That's what I went to college for. I was supposed to potentially become a lawyer, but I wanted to pretend to be a lawyer on TV.
He's also a renowned snake wrangler.
Yeah, you guys get ready.
Let's not talk about snakes, guys.
Get ready.
Okay, thank you.
Never mind.
A lot of farting around.
Good about snakes.
No spoilers.
Question and comment from Mitch here. Mitch, when I was first seeing you as an actor, it was actually, you played a very mean and also comical character named Horace Pileggi, which was a great movie and a great soundtrack I went along with. And I've always known you, everything I've seen since then, you always played a rigid, hard-nosed character that was like a foundation for everyone else around you. But going back to the movie Shocker, do you feel that that was kind of like a, you didn't, I started seeing you more, you were...
That was the beginning of my career. I walked into a room and I met Wes Craven, and that was the beginning. That's the best, that was one of the best days, other than, yeah, that
sprung you over.
It definitely did. It got me a better agent, and from there I was able to get another better agent. And then I walked into a room and met Chris Carter. So that's the two most paramount moments in my career. Meeting those two people, but Shocker was the hoot, and I loved Wes to death, and I had a great time making that movie. I can't watch it because it's so over the top, but it was, man, I had a great time doing it. It was a lot of fun.
It's almost like a cult classic now.
It has become that, which I'm very grateful that it's people love. Yeah, I mean, it's goofy. And it's over the top, but it's got something there that grabs people, and they dig it. And the sound, you're right, the soundtrack was phenomenal.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. What scenes were you in?
One of them hasn't aired yet, so I guess I...
Okay, I got you. Thank you for doing that right there.
Yeah, I signed NDA, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, so did you have a good time though?
I had a great time, it was so much fun.
We love our background artists.
Y'all are very, very kind, so thanks. I did a scene with Jeff, actually, that has aired. It was, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I have a question, actually. So since this is Jeff's first con, I always ask this question to people, it's really silly. Would you rather use a spoon or a fork for the rest of your life?
Fork.
Valid. So real.
You're gonna drink out of the bowl?
Yes. I guess that's like that. You can drink it. Yeah. I'm a fork guy. I've always been a fork guy.
He handles a fork pretty good. I've seen it. I'm here to testify. I'm here to testify. He can handle a fork.
I love that question.
Thank you.
That's a good question. And thank you again for working with us and enjoying yourself. Bless you.
Hi. My question is for Mitch. I know I told you this outside, but I loved your episode of Criminal Minds.
Thank you.
And I wanted to know how it was to play that character.
That was probably that's one of my favorite roles that I've ever done, and because it was so different from anything that I've been allowed to do, and the reason that I was allowed to do it was because the actor that was originally supposed to do it dropped out. So the director I had worked with, he called me up and he said, well, would you come in and do this role? And it was physically very different from how it was written. I'm very different from how it was written, so I had a great time doing that. It was heart-wrenching. I still am affected by it when I watch it, even though I know it's myself. My daughter cries every time she sees it. I'm very proud of that. And so thank you very much for bringing that up. That was a big one for me.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right. How was that? Pierre, Keegan, and Mitch, Pileggi! I'm a cowboy on a sailboat ride, and I want it, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive. Is everyone here? Everyone in their seats? Are you ready? Are you ready?